Good afternoon, sixth graders. Great work this morning learning about theme, the lesson of a story, and talking about some major themes in Hatchet. As we move forward, we are going to be thinking about, is there like one major big theme of this text that Gary Paulson wants us to think about? Let's take a look at just chapter 10 today. I know we already read it. We're going to go back through and track for the theme and see if there's anything that really stands out as one major theme. So when it comes to finding the theme in Hatchet, follow along. I'm going to show you how to do it at the start. And then you're going to do the rest of it on your own. 1 second. Sorry guys, 1 second. This screen is going crazy. Okay. Chapter 10. He could not at first leave the fire. It was so precious to him, so close and sweet a thing, the yellow and red flames brightening the dark interior of the shelter, the happy crackle of the dry wood as it burned, that he could not leave it. He went to the trees and brought in as many dead limbs as he could chop off and carry, and when he had a large pile of them, he sat near the fire. Though it was getting into the warm middle part of the day and he was hot, broke them in small pieces and fed the fire. I will not let you go out, he said to himself, to the flames, not ever. And so he sat through a long part of the day, keeping the flames even, eating from his stock of raspberries, leaving to drink from the lake when he was thirsty. In the afternoon, toward evening, with his face smoke-smeared and his skin red from the heat, he finally began to think ahead about what he needed to do. He would need a large wood pile to get through the night. It would be almost impossible to find wood in the dark, so he had to have it all in and cut and stacked before the sun went down. So stop right here and just these first few paragraphs, I already see a theme developing. Because first, I know that when I'm finding the theme, I have to first look at a conflict and then how a character responds to it. So while things are going really well for Brian here, there is still some kind of conflict he's facing. It's between him and nature, because he does not want this flame to go out, and he doesn't know what to do. His problem is that he needs to make sure he keeps it going all the time. So I'm actually going to underline right probably where it says right here, I will not let you go out, he said to himself, to the flames, not ever. So underline that and then mark it as person versus nature conflict. Some of you might argue that this is person versus self conflict because he's deciding what to do about how to leave the fire. In that case, that's true. It's also kind of person versus self. So this is our conflict, is he doesn't know what to do about the fact that this fire cannot go out. So then to find the theme, we have to learn from how our character responds to it. Okay. And so he sat through a long part of the day, keeping the flames even, eating. Okay. So he only left to drink when he was thirsty. And so the fact that his face is smoke speared and his skin is red from the heat, that shows he really did not leave that fire. So what that tells me in this moment is that to keep it going, one thing that he decided to do as a resolution, annotate this on your paper, don't leave the fire, because he was too afraid that it would go out. That's really the first thing that we see him do there. All right, let's keep reading too, see if there's anything else. He would need a large wood pile to get through the night. It would be almost impossible to find wood in the dark, so he had to have it all cut and stacked before the sun went down. So another way that our character responds to this conflict, or another resolution we see to this conflict, is that he says, what I'm going to have to do is find more wood to keep it burning. And he says he wants to do it so that by the time it hits darkness, he'll have all this wood gathered. He won't have to go out searching for it. So, all right, to find a theme that I see here, I got to take a step back. I know there's this person versus nature conflict. And then I see that he decided how he's going to solve this problem is by never leaving the fire and making sure that he finds enough wood to keep it burning. So I can take a step back and look at how Brian responded to this conflict he faced, and I can learn, go ahead and annotate for a little theme. I learned from that if you have something good, hold on to it. Or maybe if you have something good, don't let it go. Any of these things work. Don't let it go. Or maybe you can say, cherish the things that are important, because I know that this fire is really important to him. And to cherish something means to like hold on to it, take it so seriously, you'll never let it go. So again, it would be a really bad theme if I said, If you're in the woods and there's a fire going, make sure that you go collect wood. That's too specific. Theme has to be big. Theme has to be general. So find more wood to keep it burning. The theme, like if you have something good, don't let it go, or cherish the things that are important. So go ahead, make sure you have that down. If you're confused about that, definitely rewatch this video and have it explained to you a second time because it's really important. Once you're done, go back, like now that you have this on your paper, go back to the independent agenda and then click on the next video for your next step.